Sometimes you wake up with the strange feeling that something subtle has shifted in the air, as if a part of our world has disappeared quietly in the night. Voices around you move fast. Answers arrive before questions even form. Opinions are ready to consume. Yet questioning itself seems to have evaporated. The world rushes forward at a frantic pace, buried under notifications and constant urgency. And the human mind, once a force for discovery, too often just tries to keep up. It's not that we've lost the ability to think, it's that we've learned to respond instead of reflect, to absorb instead of examine. We mistake noise for thought, motion for meaning, and gradually abandon the slow clarity that real thinking requires. Our time has no patience. Everything pressures us to react instantly. Platforms that serve us the present moment on loop, algorithms that mirror our tastes back at us, systems that reward repetition instead of curiosity. As Chomsky reminded us, power thrives when the public stops questioning and quietly consents. The more passive we become in front of information, the easier it becomes to guide us, to shape our perception without resistance. But this erosion of thought isn't just about screens. Our minds, overwhelmed, retreat into shortcuts. We cling to what everyone already says, to the comfort of approval, to the certainty of familiar beliefs. How often do we accept something because it has been repeated 1,000 times? This instinct is human. It once kept us safe, but it leaves us open to manipulation. Familiarity feels like truth. Safety replaces clarity. Deep reading, the kind that requires stillness and engagement, is vanishing. Screens train us to skim, to hop from fragment to fragment. Yet thinking needs duration. When was the last time you immersed yourself in a demanding text without reaching for your phone? When did you last sit with a troubling thought without rushing to soothe it? These small acts, once ordinary, fade away, and with them, the mental muscle that allows us to understand the world instead of just reacting to it. Thinking is uncomfortable. It forces us to confront what we do not know, to live with uncertainty, to dismantle parts of our identity. But our culture worships confidence, belonging, certainty. We defend our ideas instead of inspecting them, because admitting error threatens our self-image. So we retreat into familiar tribes, repeating slogans in place of dialogue. This isn't new. Industrial schooling trained obedience more than creativity. Adult life often punishes those who question. Silence feels safer. Consensus feels like belonging. Fromm once wrote that surrendering our freedom of thought can feel easier than carrying the weight of personal responsibility. Social networks only amplify this impulse. They reward emotion over attention, speed over nuance. What outrages spreads faster than what enlightens. Popularity masquerades as truth. Yet history has always moved forward, thanks to those who dared think differently. Free thought demands courage. It may isolate you, make you misunderstood, but it liberates. It means owning your convictions rather than borrowing them from your environment. Modern psychology explains this battle. Kahneman showed that our minds have two modes, one fast, emotional, instinctive, the other slow, analytical, effortful. Our overstimulated world traps us in fast thinking. We leap to conclusions, seek confirmation, embrace simple stories. This leaves us vulnerable to collective illusions, smart people making foolish decisions for the sake of belonging. Real thought requires moral courage, the ability to stand alone if needed. Resisting this drift is not dramatic, it is daily discipline. It begins with observing our thoughts, tracing beliefs to their source, noticing our blind spots. It means reading demanding works, listening to opposing voices, holding tension between conflicting ideas without rushing to resolution. And it requires remembering that you are not your opinions. They can evolve without diminishing your worth. That humility opens the door to growth. Thinking is not only an intellectual act, it is a spiritual choice. It means choosing truth over comfort, clarity over approval. It means seeing yourself and the world without disguise, even when it stings. It is not easy, but it is the price of genuine freedom. In an age drowning in messages, every moment of reflection becomes resistance. Each time you suspend judgment, question the obvious, or search for nuance, you reclaim your mind. Small gestures, yet they keep alive the ancient fire of curiosity, meaning, and inner liberty. To stay awake is to keep asking, even when silence feels simpler. It is to listen before responding, to understand rather than to conquer. Wisdom does not shout, it whispers. And in a world obsessed with spectacle, choosing depth is quietly revolutionary.